So today is court in Englewood for one of the homeless individuals that Englewood is just loving on, criminalizing him to the umpteenth degree. So he's due in court at 3:30. I'm gonna go pick him up. We're gonna go to court, see how things go. So I'm just going to keep this live stream running probably up until the point we get into the Englewood courthouse. Going into the city of Englewood, flashing road sign, emergency order, masks mandated in Englewood. Well, guess what? We will be maskless today. A mandate is not a law. The Fur King Polis, I do not take orders from. And furthermore, Governor Polis's executive order number 138 of 2020, that's the 138th executive order that piece of shit has issued this year on the COVID bullshit, has a medical exemption in it, and he even admitted that it is unenforceable, this mask mandate. So that's Executive Order 2020-138, Section L. You can Google that, it's real simple, or go to coloradogov.org. And in that same order, it talks about law enforcement being exempt from that as well. We're about to have a massive storm. The sky is not looking good at all. So I'm headed to pick Marcos up to take him to court. He's due in court today. He's supposed to have counsel that was appointed to him months and months and months ago, before COVID ever hit. He realized that he, in fact, was entitled to representation in the municipal court. The number one reason being that he is indigent and cannot afford an attorney. And they have him incredibly buried. Prosecution. Mostly because that's how Englewood does things. That's Englewood's approach to solving homelessness. That and harassing them to the point where they just bury them with the criminal summonses for trespassing, accumulation of trash, all those, you know, real heavy victim involved crimes. I'm back. Hey, Bohica. Sorry, I'm just gonna drive over here and pick him up, and we're gonna go over here to the Englewood courthouse and see how this goes. It's due in court at 3:30. Jesus, dude, clean it up. How's it going? How's it going?
You filming this out?
Huh?
I know, I said you're filming this.
I'm filming because I'm doing a live stream. It has nothing to do with me coming out here to be against you. I'm taking Marcos to court.
Oh, what?
Hey, hey, what's happening? I'm good, how are you? Is he here? He's here, right? Tell him I'm in the car. They're probably trying to batten down the hatches for this lovely weather that's rolling in. Okay. Sorry, this is a terrible live stream, I know it is. Hey,
How's it going?
good, how are you?
Okay.
Good. You don't want to go with us? Okay. I'm live streaming too, by the way, till we get in the building.
What does that mean?
It means I just want to document us getting in the building.
But you can see yourself.
Yeah, because the camera's facing this way. You want me to put the camera on you? Are you a wanted criminal?
Nope. Just don't like my picture taken.
Yeah. I would have never guessed that.
Why is that?
Because I thought you wanted to be rich and famous.
I don't mind being rich. Or...
Well, look at this fucking mess. They are ruining everything for everyone.
That guy had his truck impounded because he was driving without a license. Now he can't get rid of all that metal.
Oh, really? That red truck?
As far
Where-
as they ain't cited him a ticket yet.
How did he get it impounded? Did they come here?
No, they pulled him over.
Yeah. So the whole mediation thing's not going well.
Why is that?
I got an email from the mediation company. They said that there's no way that they can move the mediation anywhere outside of a Denver County building, and none of us are exempt from King Polis's mask order.
Well, if we have to wear a
And
mask, let's just go wear a mask.
you want to wear a mask?
Yeah.
I won't.
Well, as long as I am, I'm the claimant anyway.
So you want to agree to wear the mask?
Yeah. I didn't know that's what they said.
Well, that's
I
not
wear it
all.
in the store, so why not wear it?
Well, that's not all it's based on, though. The problem I have with it, number one, is that I do have a medical exemption from wearing that mask.
How's that?
Well, remember, I was telling you yesterday, Polis's order allows for medical exemptions because he can't enforce this.
What would cause your medical?
So that's the whole thing with medical exemptions, whether you're disabled, whether you have a medical condition that prevents you from wearing the mask, say like inhaling your own carbon dioxide and getting a bacterial lung infection because you're susceptible to things like that because you've had pneumonia before. That's me.
Oh, is that right?
So that's why I won't wear one. But the bottom line is I don't have to convey that. Because of HIPAA laws, you have privacy. Your medical information is private. So I won't wear one. So if I'm asked to leave from a private business, like Walmart or Chipotle or whatever, I don't have a problem leaving. I'll leave. But it's unenforceable. So if you don't want me to spend my money there, I don't have to. I can go somewhere else. But when I go into a government building, it's even less enforceable. That's not private property.
Wow. All this traffic.
I know. What's going on here? Gonna take us a half an hour just to get in the parking lot? Oh, shit.
Accident?
So I don't know if you were following all that, but I'm not going to agree to wear the mask. Lee doesn't want to wear the mask.
I'll go serve myself if I have to.
You want to go represent yourself
I have to.
in this mediation? Well, you'd be representing yourself anyway. I'm not there to represent you.
I know, so I might as well just go for it. I'm not gonna stop now.
So that's what you want to do? All right, well, I'll email them.
So Marcos is willing to wear a mask because he wants to get this resolved. You're not getting away with it.
Well, but you got to understand the whole thing of force, Marcos. I mean, they're forcing you anyway. But, I mean, that's definitely...
It's like they forced me off the creek that day.
Yeah, I know. And now they're forcing you to comply to more rules to probably tell you to shove it up your ass anyway. But, who knows? Maybe
if it
they'll...
don't go well for me, maybe I'll contact a lawyer or see this.
Uh-huh.
What would I tell a lawyer? That's exactly what happened?
Yeah, exactly what happened. And, you know, that the rest of you are interested in a class action lawsuit. I'd have to go all the way down and around if I turn up here, huh? That's probably a bad idea.
That might be a better idea. So I don't see you getting it.
You think?
Yeah, just come out to that light in the next block.
Why is it that every time I gotta take somebody to court, some bullshit like this is going down? Why?
Good thing it's close by.
There's something really going down up there. So today I hope your lawyer shows up.
Says you contacted me.
Yeah, well, she better be here. So, what are you gonna do if she's not?
Just tell me. Representation. He appointed her to me.
Yep.
Can't go to private with that.
Gonna have to represent yourself. You got your mask then, if you're gonna be compliant with your mask?
Not today.
Well,
This ain't the court I'm worried about.
oh, you got, well, masks are mandatory in Englewood.
Excuse me. I don't have one. Can't afford one.
Mm-hmm. You mean you want to, like, exercise your right to move freely and make your own decisions and shit?
No, it's just a poverty issue.
It's just a poverty issue? So if somebody gives you some money, are you going to go buy a mask?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope this is all the worse this little storm's going to be, because it was looking like it was going to be much worse.
Remember, like about a couple months ago or so, it came down like a hurricane. For
Yeah.
like 15 minutes and it stopped.
It was not that long ago.
Everybody was freaking out for a quick second there. Almost
Yeah,
seemed
everything
like
was
a
blowing in
tornado.
the river.
Oh man, everything was taken off. It must have been like 50-mile-an-hour winds that day.
Yeah. Oh, huge. Yeah.
They said we have to wear a mask here. That's what they say.
They are going to say you have to wear a mask here. However, I did go in here the day the mask order went into effect, and nobody said anything to me. So hopefully they'll be smart, and that'll be the same response today.
Look out, here comes Reagan. She's Ronald Reagan's daughter.
That would be kind of cool.
He was a movie star way back in the day.
Yes, he was. Gave the best speeches any president's ever given.
You don't like Bush?
Not a huge fan. That was your time during the military, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going into the courthouse here at Englewood. See how this is all going to go down. Wow. We're going into the Englewood Civic Center compound of authoritarian government and force. Oh, wait a minute. I can't take all of my stuff because I'll have a nervous breakdown. Insecurity. Sorry. Oh, look, they took their mandatory mask sign down. That was smart. Oh, I guess they didn't. Yeah, well, whatever. Look at these little arrows. You're supposed to go that way, around the pole, and then come in here.
Are you,
I'm with him.
unfortunately, you have to wait for him.
Oh, why do I have to wait out here?
Because it's policy. You can read it.
What's the policy? That I can't sit in an open courtroom?
COVID-19, man, and you have to be in the mask, sir.
Oh, I don't have
Help you.
Wait, why can't I do a public court hearing? Someone needs
Let's
to.
follow the rules.
No, well then somebody's gonna have to help me. Because I
Can you
need
stay
to.
back? I need to finish with this gentleman, please.
Want me to take the belt off?
Ma'am, back up, please.
What do
You
I'm.
need to take my picture. You cannot do any video on this property. You
I
have
can't
to
do
leave
any
this out.
video on this property.
Yes, please.
In a public building, you're telling me I can't do any video in
Could you
here?
please read it?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, thank
I
you.
understand my rights.
Want me to take the belt off?
Yes, please. Thanks. Okay. Your attorney is here. She's supposed to be now, okay? Give me her attorney. Thank you, sir.
She's here.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
attorney's
she's
here?
Yes.
That's excellent.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
Excuse me?
I said, only defend. Stop to take my pictures, ma'am.
Well, what's the problem? Are we not in a public courtroom?
Just come here.
Custom Protection Division.
Okay.
It does not say anywhere on this sign that I cannot be here.
Yeah. I know that you can, but
But you know I
But
can't
yeah.
be here? Oh, no audio or video recording beyond this point. Oh, okay. So beyond this point per standing court order of here. Oh, okay. So if I turn the video off,
wait for your gentleman right there.
why?
Because it's policy, my
No,
lord,
there's
I
no
told you.
policy that says I can't come in here.
You are not guardian, you know.
You're telling me I'm not God? Are you claiming you're God today?
I said,
Can you get a
you're
supervisor?
not attorney.
Can you get a supervisor, please?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Is anybody able to help me, please?
No, I have a medical exemption. He's just telling me I can't come in here. So can I just talk to a supervisor,
Yes, yeah, just somebody.
please? Well, this is an interesting new set of rules. I just can't come in. Huh? Well, it's a public courtroom. So I need to be able to view the hearing somehow, because it can't have closed court proceedings for a public courtroom.
Ma'am,
So make sure your attorney knows.
attorney's here.
Yeah, I understand that. We heard you.
You have to get the mask.
No, I don't have to wear the mask.
You don't have,
No, I don't.
okay.
Margaret Steele?
I'm sorry? Yes, yeah.
And why do you have information about his case and that his attorney is here? That's wholly inappropriate.
I have his name on the
Oh, you didn't even ask him his name. Did he ask you your name?
How'd you know Margaret was my attorney?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
How'd you know Margaret was my attorney?
Because she's waiting for you. She told me.
She said,
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
So I'm just following orders right now. I was told I just can't come in here because according to this man, it's policy, so whatever that means. He pointed out that I can't record here, so I asked if I turned the audio recording off, can I come in here? He said no. So we're now waiting for a supervisor. It's 3:30. There's open court here. And apparently I'm just not allowed to go in. So they're going to have to stream it somewhere for me to watch it then. Are you a supervisor of the court?
I'm sorry?
Are you a supervisor of the court?
Court administrator, yes.
You're the court administrator. Okay, this gentleman is telling me I just can't come in here. He's not giving me any reason. He says it's just policy.
And why were you wanting to come in?
Because he has a public court hearing right now, and this is public court, so I wanted to be a witness to the public court process.
Okay, and who is he?
He is on the court docket at 3:30.
Okay, what's your name? I'm sorry? Marcos. Okay, and what's he here for, Michael?
The attorney and prosecutor knows that he's here.
Okay,
The,
so,
attorney and prosecutor.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
My reason to tell her that she doesn't know.
right.
She
And-
came and started to speak to you. I said, we cannot take. She said, why? I said, because Paul showed me. I said, okay, I showed you.
Yeah, you can't film past here.
Understood, and I asked him,
That's fine.
and I asked him if I turned it off, if I could come in, and he said no.
Okay, I will, what are you to Marcos?
I'm really not anything. I'm just a regular citizen, and I brought him here. I want to attend his
And do
public
know that
court.
we policy currently that we don't allow other personnel or other persons to come in unless we have a court date.
Okay.
It's a safety issue.
Okay,
for both the public
so it is a
and the-
public court hearing, so you have to provide a way for me to view the public court hearing. So what accommodations are you going to make for that?
We can put, if he goes into the courtroom, which is the only public that he would have. His meeting with the city attorney is a private.
Understood. Not the city attorney. You're not meeting with the city attorney.
He is because he's got a court pretrial today at 3 o'clock
With a court-appointed attorney, not the city attorney.
with the prosecuting attorney.
Marcos, you need to make sure that your attorney's here. Okay.
So you have an attorney?
Who's your attorney? Was that who just walked in there?
Okay, have you talked to Ms. Steele lately?
No, I haven't.
Okay, all right,
We've never gotten together in a meeting.
okay. So it's after 3. I'm not sure why Ms. Steele's not here. So let me check on that part first.
Oh, so,
Oh, she's in there already? Okay, all right. So what we can do is put this meeting on a Zoom meeting so that then you could watch it online.
okay.
Okay?
So all the court proceedings
Just
will
let
be,
you know that you are in a public building and you have to have a mask on.
no, I don't have to have a mask. I have a medical exemption. Polis's order 2020-138, section L. And you cannot ask me any more questions about that.
All right.
Okay, Marcos.
Camera, I'm the court administrator, and whoever this woman is that is with Marcos today wants to view the hearing. If you go into court, talk to the judge on record. So I think that probably what we will try and do is facilitate that off of Zoom so that she can view that outside of here, because currently we do not allow anyone.
Yeah, that's just nonsense.
besides the defendant.
It's a public courtroom.
And you, obviously. But she's with him.
Mhm.
I understand that. Can we set up a Zoom? Yeah. Okay. That's what I was trying to articulate, probably not too well. We're gonna try and put it on Zoom so that she can view it. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Wonderful. His attorney is here today. Wonderful. How ridiculous to have to go through all of this for absolutely nothing. All they have to do is let me walk right through the door. Yeah, well, you know, we're all gonna die. So this is all for our safety. We all have to wear masks because we're all lepers. They're all wearing masks. I mean, I don't know what they're afraid of. With me not wearing a mask, they're all protected, right? Just leave me to die and contract a deadly virus. So are we not having an actual hearing today?
Okay, so that may change. Yes. Okay, all right. Thank you. Yes.
So the court administrator just came out and asked his attorney if they were resetting his hearing. And she did not say that that was necessarily going to happen. So now they're going to have to figure out a way to make sure that I can watch the public court hearing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guard is going to catch COVID long before I am. Maybe he should stay home. So you must read before entering. If you are feeling sick, do not enter. If you are 65 and over or have compromising health risk factor, do not enter. Wash your hands. You must wear a mask. You must adhere to all social distancing requirements of 6 to 10 feet as instructed. Do not approach any person or touch any object. unless instructed to do so. Only the actual defendant, defendant's attorney, one legal guardian, victim, or witness scheduled with an actual court date or appointment today are permitted to enter. Only 10 persons, including court staff, will be permitted in any one waiting area at a time. Only 2 persons at a time are allowed at the clerk's window. Failure to follow this judicial order may result in your removal from the area. Oh, I'm following orders. Now, how come they're the ones giving them and not us? You got this big ol' hefty feller telling me that he can't be on camera. So Marcos is cooperating with the mask. So he's one of the 3 that's supposed to go to mediation. So he's decided today that he would agree to wear the mask to mediation. So that's definitely his decision. See, I can respect that. I don't force anyone. So let me do a little recap here on what's going on. So I brought Marcos, one of the homeless guys, to the Englewood Civic Center here. He had a court appearance. It's been many, many months since he has had a court appearance. And I'm not being allowed in there for a variety of reasons, mostly because they're just making shit up as they go along, you know, for everybody's safety. But Marcos is currently meeting with his attorney that he discovered he was entitled to for being misrepresented for many months and heavily criminalized in the city of Englewood for being homeless. So once he figured out that he was entitled to counsel and how to go about that, he made sure that he had an attorney. So that's fantastic. So, since they have him buried with a bunch of criminal charges here in Englewood, we're kind of waiting to see how things are gonna play out, whether or not he's gonna go in front of the judge today or not. But that security guard there, he wouldn't let me in. He said I wasn't allowed. It's against the rules. Nobody can go in there unless they have a court hearing. So the court administrator lady came out and essentially decided that it would be just in everybody's best interest if she made sure that I had access to view the public court hearing. And she tried to tell me I had to wear a mask, and I, of course, told her that I was exempt per Polis's 2020-138 executive order, Section L. And she cannot ask me any more questions about that. So Marcos is meeting with his attorney, his court-appointed attorney. That the city is going to pay for, since they enjoy criminalizing the homeless for being homeless. They do some nasty, horrible shit to the homeless in Englewood, and that's fact. And this guy here tried to tell me I couldn't come in, or that I couldn't record him. So I'm recording him. So the things he's been charged with are accumulation of trash, open container charge that's going on like 2 years old, trespassing, multiple trespassing charges. So are we gonna go before the judge?
No, there's nobody in there. So I just wanted to let you know that if they do go into court, you go to the YouTube and then just put in Englewood Municipal Court, and it'll pop up, and then you can watch the live feed from that.
Englewood Municipal Court on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. If they go into court, are they going into court?
I don't know, that's not,
Okay.
they'll be making that decision shortly, I would assume, so.
And who makes sure that that gets broadcast?
I'm sorry?
Who makes sure that that gets broadcast on YouTube?
The clerk in the court will turn it on.
Live?
Yeah, live. It's a live
Okay.
feed, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I told her. She said, sure.
Are you going before the judge? Well, that doesn't surprise me. Well, they only want 2 people supposedly in here at a time. Got to follow the rules. Why do we even have to do that? We don't even interact 6 feet away every day out on the streets. 6 to 10 as instructed. That's what the sign says. So if they tell you to move 7 feet, you need to move 7 feet. If they tell you to move 9.5 feet, you move 9.5. But if they tell you to move 11 feet, that's not in the rules. Or 5 feet, for that matter. That makes sense, right? So I have to watch the court hearing on YouTube. On YouTube. That's what I told you. You're gonna be a superstar every day from here on out. Better start charging. you don't follow directions, 10 feet, they're gonna charge you with trespassing. Municipal court order. The municipal courts of Englewood. The hierarchy of the people, in control of the people. Any chance what? You want to go to McDonald's? Yeah, we can go to McDonald's. Oh, I need my glasses. Who's on here saying a municipality is a private business? Please explain yourself further. What did she say, Marcos? Yeah, you want to deal with your own attorney, not the city attorney. Gee, and I wonder why they have gotten away with railroading these homeless people so badly. Yeah, I don't know anyone who's sick either. And so I did a pretty interesting live stream. And if you want to go back and look at my channel, you can see all the interaction that I've had out on the streets since last fall. In and within all of the homeless camps. We've eaten together, we've talked together, we've laughed together, we've cried together, we've ridden in cars together, we've been places together. None of us have been sick. None of the homeless in these expansive camps out here in the suburbs of Denver have any signs of any illness in them. But of course, the narrative is the camps that exist downtown being filled with disease such as trench fever and lice and all these other supposed outbreaks that included 2 people going to the emergency room for something. So the homeless are getting blamed for a lot of things. Of course they are. It's easy. That's the go-to when everybody doesn't like what they see. Doesn't have to do with any of them being individuals or real people or having real barriers or struggles or no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It just has to do with all of them being low-life, drug addict thieves that are worthless to society. In fact, I had someone tell me the other day that she thought, really, any of them that were drug addicts just needed to die. I just, humanity is really in a good spot right now. We're all fighting with each other over masks. We're all being conditioned to be afraid of each other, that we're all gonna catch a disease from one another. And just, 4, 5, 6 short months ago, we were all interacting just fine. And now all of a sudden, we're all still alive and just not interacting very well together. Huh, what could be happening here? No, I don't think humans are being paranoid. I think humans are being conditioned to believe what government's telling them. Because, to experiment, to see how far you can get people to follow orders. What could go wrong? I mean, history has shown what works well. Put X's on the floor, and when the people do not comply, you take them down. Tex Rose, that's you. Hey, it's so nice to see you. I have got to go get my glasses. I literally cannot read shit on this screen. How have you been? Oh, we're having a slight rainstorm. What is it? COVID not a hoax. Change your mind set if you think that. I didn't say COVID was a hoax. The virus is real, but let's talk about what the hoax is. It's about the government response to the virus. So don't tell me that in America, we didn't miss the boat on the most vulnerable population, and that was those with pre-existing conditions and the elderly. So straight up, don't tell me that government is not a hoax. Any orchestrated chaos that goes unchecked to be able to turn into a matter of power and control over the people, you might be hoaxed by what government is doing. So that's the mindset that needs to be approached. You, of course, have COVID in New Zealand. Hang on. I'm going to pick my expert to listen to, and it sure as hell is not going to be government. There are no experts in government. Well, you mean you have no COVID cases bordering on death because people are asymptomatic with a virus. Yeah, we literally are to the point of having a fascist government. That's worked out well across the country, across the world, hasn't it? Tex Rose, what's new and exciting your way? So you think because you did a proper lockdown in New Zealand, that just stopped the spread of the virus? I am most curious. Because I have been across the country here in the U.S. I have been all over the Denver metro area in Colorado. I've been as far east and west as we can go in this state. I've flown to Florida and have driven back, interacting with thousands of people since the start of the lockdown. Yeah, the virus is real. It's nowhere deadly as it was originally made to believe. But here in Colorado, we have a king, and his name is Polis, and he is in love with himself. We don't have a governor, we have a king. Oh, you're in Florida, huh? 22 million people in Florida. I don't know how many millions of people are in Colorado, but I just find it odd that I went to Florida and didn't get sick and die. And here's the truth. I have a pre-existing medical condition that prohibits me from wearing a mask. If I breathe in my own carbon dioxide for any amount of time, I'm going to develop a bacterial lung infection that will turn into pneumonia, and then COVID probably will kill me. And just watching all the city employees up there walking around with masks. Colorado, yes, legal pot here. And no, I don't smoke it. But I think anybody should be able to make that decision for themselves and not be criminalized for it. Yeah, so anyway, I had some interaction with the Englewood cops. Actually, like 4 or 5 days after their city council here in Englewood mandated that there be a mandatory mask order in the city of Englewood. And the cops, they actually have an exemption written into Polis's order as well, that law enforcement doesn't have to wear them. So I was glad to see the cops not wearing the masks while they were trying to interact with someone in crisis at a bus stop. They seem to have done a nice job that day. If they're looking for redemption, that ain't gonna quite cut it, but I am most curious. Hey, I'm just gonna walk right over here and read this billboard thing. Yell at me if you go in there, would you please? Are you going for the judge? So her and the city attorney they're trying to. Huh? Why? Well, they got you buried. They got to do something with you.
Yeah, but they don't, even if they want to get locked up for 30 days, they don't want to put me in jail right now.
A jail sentence for trespassing and trash accumulation, I think you probably might want to consider going to trial. But I'm not an attorney, and I am not giving you legal advice.
I'm not keeping it.
You think well for yourself.
Yeah, some people are getting too drunk and stuff, and they don't even arrest them.
Englewood? They don't want to mess around with violent offenders. That costs too much money, Marcos.
No, that's the ones that are getting arrested.
Those are the ones that are taken to jail. They're only taking felonies to jail, felony arrests.
I know that guy Sean, Joey boy. Sean, Joey guy.
Sean?
He had police contact and he had 2 felony warrants.
Sean has 2 felony warrants out there? Well, they must be pretty low level. For what, did he say? When was this?
In March.
The actual whatever he did happen in March? But when did they make contact with him? And
He was over at the compactor school
when?
2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, huh? That must be what he wanted to talk to me about.
Yeah, they wrote him a ticket for trespassing.
So they wrote him a ticket for trespassing? Oh my God. It just never ends. The dude's got supposedly felony warrants. So Englewood Police Department makes contact with him at the Goodwill, and they don't take him to jail. They just cite him for trespassing. These idiots. I swear. I swear. I'm trying to find this vote with the city council on the mandatory masks. I am going to go up and ask for it, maybe. Okay, so the city of Englewood hosted this little virtual town hall thingy the other day. And it was for the police department. And they were talking about the community policing, you know. I love this phrase, you know, and how wonderful they are and all the great things they're doing and blah, 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 blah. And I asked the question, have you changed any policies in the last 90 days? And the answer was no. Stunning. Okay, so she's talking to him about them combining all 3 of his charges with no jail and no fines if he pleads guilty to something and some agreement. You know, because Englewood's got to control where everybody lives. Oh, why don't you just sell your public property, dumbasses? Yeah, Rose, I think that was something they were talking about. He can't be in a certain area for, so they give him these area restrictions. Are you going into the courtroom, public courtroom? Okay. I just want to make sure that I can watch that. This is absolutely ridiculous that I cannot go in there. Marcos, can I just ask you one question? Can I just ask him one question before he goes in? Or him, or if you don't mind. I'm just curious. What? I can't record it over here. I'm just kind of curious of what you're agreeing to.
No, we're resolving one of the cases is till they're getting closed out, because it's old and he's already done 30 hours. He'll get credit for that.
I'm just gonna stay off South Platte River in Inca.
In Englewood?
3100 South Inca to 3100 South Platte River Drive.
It's essentially an area restriction for how long?
1 year.
What's the other boundary point?
3100 South Platte River Drive.
Just that one block?
Well, from Inca to South Platte River Drive.
That's all the.
Isn't that whole park area?
Believe so. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't like you guys gathering during the day in the park because you don't look good.
I don't know if the park's included on that. It says street.
Well, it's that whole area. And
In between.
I'll make sure.
The park's on that side of Inca.
I will make sure we get clarifications so the judge will
Yep.
tell you, so you know exactly, okay, where
point?
this is.
What little area?
And then
Yep.
no violations for 1 year.
No violations of what?
Similar violations. So like, basically lifestyle violations, which is all he has. I mean, they're.
This is how they're
Literally.
continuing to bury him. Marcos is homeless.
Right. Which organization are you with?
Helping Hands for Dignity Coalition. It's a 501c3 in the state of
Yeah,
Colorado.
so I'm gonna ask the judge, maybe if you can. Be
I would
present
really
in the
appreciate
courtroom.
that.
You're a homeless advocate, but
Helping Hands
helping hands.
for Dignity
Gotcha.
Coalition.
I'll ask. You just wanna be patient.
I would appreciate that. And I can sit in the back of the courtroom.
I mean,
I don't see
there's
what the harm would be.
nobody in there, so
Yeah,
I'll ask,
Thank you.
okay?
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. That's no violations similar. That's pretty vague. So they're gonna drop the charges. No fines. He's gonna have an area restriction for where they don't like the homeless gathering because it doesn't look good to residents. It's an area and violate their constitutional rights and tell them where they can stand and sit and lay and walk and. Similar violations. What exactly is that gonna mean? Oh, Marcos. No, in this case, they want control. They want to control this entire homeless population in the city of Englewood, and it fucking pisses me off. They do nothing to help these people. They criminalize the shit out of them. That's all they do. And then they set him up for more failure because Marcos is going to walk too close to this area restriction one day. And that asshole Englewood cop that decides he didn't get enough fucking coffee that morning is going to just hammer him again. Ma'am, excuse me, she was going to ask the judge if it would be possible if I just came into the courtroom. Can you let me know if that's possible? And then, I'm sorry? His attorney. Thank you so much.
What is that? Some help? Yeah, I need to, I need to post, I missed the court date, so now I have I need to post the bond.
Yeah, these public servants think they own the building. Here we are begging them, can I come in? Can I come in? Fucking ridiculous. We are so screwed. We are on such a short leash. It's just gonna get shorter. Yeah, she missed a court date, so she's gonna come pay a bond. They love these $100 bond payments. They love it here. This municipal courthouse is a goddamn revolving dollar bill. Yeah, well, this isn't a time for testimony. I don't know. I wish Marcos would take the damn thing to trial. He's just gonna work this deal. He's already been to jail on FTA from the neighboring town of Sheridan. They buried him in Sheridan on bullshit charges having to do with his bicycle. Having to do with a fucking bicycle. And he didn't show up to court, so they put a warrant out for his arrest. He called me from jail. I wouldn't bail him out because I didn't know him well enough. Can't be bailing people out that are going to have constant FTAs.
She said she would ask the judge. Judge is not on the bench.
Oh, okay.
We're just waiting on that.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Judge isn't on the bench yet. So Marcos's attorney, I mean, she's nice. You know, she's paid by the city of Englewood to represent him because, of course, he's entitled to representation. But, you know, if she's not going to work in good faith with the city attorney to resolve the case in the interest of justice, you know, they're going to fire her. So unless Marcos says he wants to go to trial, which he should, but Marcos is thinking about how to build his next shelter out there, or where his next meal is going to come from. As you probably heard earlier, he asked me if I would take him to McDonald's. after this because he hasn't eaten today. These are jury trials here. They are entitled to a jury trial here. Yes, of course, of his peers, except in the city of Englewood, a jury of his peers would probably be a majority of people that have this intense hatred for the homeless. And it's so intense that they demand that the police do these kinds of things to the homeless, because that's the kinds of answers that the citizens and the taxpayers are wanting, because they're too stupid to understand that it costs more money to criminalize the shit out of these people than it does to help them. So while a jury trial would make sense for you and me, it doesn't always necessarily make sense for them. They know they're always behind the 8 ball in every single situation. I did a little interview with a friend of Marcos's. It's on my channel. I published it a couple days ago. It's a 2-minute interview of the person that he lives with on and off, and what they did to her and Marcos last summer here in Englewood. It's pretty heart-wrenching to listen to her talk about that for a couple minutes. You know, these people have barriers. They're not out here because they chose this as, you know, a preferred lifestyle. There are some of them out here. It's very rare that are out here because they've chosen this lifestyle. If that's the case, then leave them alone. They're not hurting anybody. And the same with these people. If you've become so jaded that these people are such a stigma of an eyesore into society for you, stay the fuck away from them. It's that simple. But damn you, demand that they continue to be criminalized for victimizing no one. Damn you. And don't give me this shit about use of public land victimizing the state of Colorado and the people of the state of Colorado. Get off your ass and go out there and take a trash bag. Help them. I want to go upstairs and request the vote for the mask bullshit. I want to know each city council member's name that decided that was a good idea. So the next time we have public comment in person, which will be never, because this is just another great way for government to continue to hide from the people. They have those city council meetings right in here. I bet they'll never have them again. Maybe next year. Maybe after the election, after the rioting settles down in January. Maybe we gotta have a good old-fashioned riot, you know, during December. Hey, Tex Rose, are you still in here? I was just scrolling back on comments. What are you talking about with the videos on this on the Englewood Courts YouTube channel? Hey, cool channel name. What could you go do some homework like Rose was doing and go look at the YouTube channel for the City of Englewood Courts? Find out what she's talking about. So they pulled their videos, but two. So those would be public courtrooms, so why are they pulling them down? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because they want people to pay to access transcription. That's another thing I needed to find out here. How much it costs to get a transcript out of the municipal court system here. Thanks, Tex Rose. Would you email that to me? Community forums for us at Gmail. So the word community forums, plural, the number 4, us at gmail.com. I would love to see that. Oh, of course they're watching. The Englewood cops are watching. Court staff knows who I am. I've been here multiple times with Marcos. And there are so many others that I can't do it all. I just can't. A man in a robe giving legal advice. And just for that email address again, Rose, it's community forums, the number 4, us at gmail.com. I know you and I have communicated via email before, so. They're coming back out. So I'm assuming it's still not live, Rose. Are you still here? Thank you for being here. It's not, okay, yeah, they're standing right here in the foyer. I don't know, there's probably no judge. I hope I kind of like this. Can set that over. If the deal's that good today, it'll be that great next time. What's that name? What's that judge's name? Jefferson or something in there. Same municipal judge. He was actually decent the one time I was in there. I guess if there is such a thing as a decent municipal court judge in a municipal compound in the city of the state of Colorado in the county of Arapahoe. We're moving on up. I miss that show. I like the Jeffersons. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh, we're moving on up. Why are you shutting the door? I don't think it's necessary you shut the door. Boy, what a dick you're being. For not being on camera, you sure ended up being on camera, you dick.
Sorry, what?
I said for not wanting to be on camera, you sure ended up being on camera. Why are you shutting the door on me, you dick? You know what that means?
Good day.
You dick. What a fucking asshole. Lock my friend in there, you fucking asshole. I was kind enough to follow your stupid fucking rules. You want to be treated with respect? Lock me out, fucking prick. Yeah, he's just a hired guard by the city of Englewood, because the Englewood cops are way too important to sit on their ass all day in that chair. Exactly, Rose. Yeah, look at him. He's got his own problems. You're exactly right. Power. Power trip. You like your power trip? Does it make you feel good? What do you make, 12 bucks an hour? Paid power trip on 12 bucks an hour? What time does this fucking place close? Well, go tell my friend this place is closed and they gotta leave now. You're locking me out and you don't even know if they're having a public court hearing. There they went back in the courtroom. What are they doing in the courtroom? Is that a public court hearing? I want to know. Oh, I'll see when they're finished because you got the door locked? You fucking moron. What a bunch of shit. Why don't you call the Englewood cops over here for a disturbance? Because you just created disturbance by locking me out of a public courtroom. Call the Englewood cops. You don't see any reason to call the Englewood cops? You just created a disturbance by locking me out of a public courtroom. There's still court going on. The courtroom is not closed. What the actual fuck? Rose, are you still in here? Are they doing any live streaming? Unfucking real. Go get somebody to talk to me. No? Go get somebody to talk to me. You're locking me out of a public court process. Call the Englewood cops. Call the Englewood cops. You are locking me out of a public courtroom. Yeah, call security. What did you say? I can't understand you. You speak fucking horrible English. What did you say? You're looking up a phone number? To the Englewood police station? It's 911. Who hired this fucking dumbass? No answer? No answer, huh? Try 911. He's shaking his head. This lady wants to be involved in a public court process. What do you see, Rose? What did they say? Who's coming? The manager. I asked you to call the cops. All of this would be very simple if you understood what your oath was when you signed up to be a security guard. You keep referring. Thanks, Rose. If the courts are closed, why aren't they out here? Fucking horse shit. I cannot believe this shit. Yeah, locking people in and out. It's like building a wall. Why is he locking the doors? You know what? You're locking me out from a public court process. His attorney was still going to ask if I could go in that courtroom. They are still in a public courtroom. You have locked them inside and you're locking me outside? Am I supposed to get on my fucking knees and beg you? Master, unlock the fucking doors. This is still a public court hearing. No, she was going to ask the judge if I could come in there, and she was going to come back out and talk to me. Everything was fine. Lock me out and lock them in. I have a problem with that. You don't understand that?
I understand that you are frustrated
unlock the door? Why won't you unlock the door? And you still have court going on in there. You're not closed. We run this show, not you. I don't fucking beg you. You work for me. I told him to call the cops already. Call them. You people are fucking tyrants. This could have been easily solved by letting me exercise my rights to view a fucking public court hearing. It's not on the YouTube channel. No, it's not. I have somebody watching right now. Why isn't his attorney back out here like she told me she was going to be? So go in there and ask her, because it's a public courtroom and there's still a public court hearing going on.
We will allow you in if the judge authorizes it.
So go find out.
I'm sure that we will be told if he's authorized for you to
His attorney was going to ask. So you're telling me it's streaming right now? You're telling me there's court going on in there? There is, huh? Huh. Okay. So why hasn't she come back out?
That's something you would have to ask the attorney.
Go get her. I can't come in. The door is locked. Yeah. Because you people are tyrants.
Okay. We're finished this conversation.
Yeah, are we? You're locked in and I'm locked out. America, you like it? You like working for America? Nice mask. These people are fucking tyrants. You are a fucking tyrant. Unfucking real. You like First Amendment? You know what the First Amendment here is in America? Mr. Russian feller? Huh? You like your freedom in America? You like it, huh? No, you like fucking tyranny. You like power and control. That's why you're in America. And this is called the First Amendment protest. Where are you from? Poland? Where are you from? You don't want to tell me? You speak terrible fucking English. My English is better. I'm glad you understand it. You're a tyrant. You understand those words? Yeah? Ma'am, is his attorney going to come back out? Is his attorney going to come back out? Well, she was going to ask the judge if I could come into the courtroom. Thank you. I would really appreciate that. The manager couldn't be bothered to do that. They're asking about payment of first case, $75 fine. I needed 30 hours. So they're on there. All they had to do was let me exercise my fucking rights to begin with. You're closed. Go home. You're dismissed. You're off duty. Clock out. Your $12.50 an hour is over. Nobody needs you. The door is locked. The place is closed. Go home. And they wonder why people get pissed and hate them and say terrible things about them. I can't hear you.
She's on the record with the judge on a Zoom conference, so I can't access her. She's in a locked room.
Oh, so they're not even having a regular court hearing. You got the judge in an office on a Zoom meeting with her and.
No, he's on the bench, and she's in another room on Zoom.
Oh my God. Thank you. They're not even doing a regular courtroom. The fucking judge is on the bench and she's in another room on a Zoom meeting. Oh my God, the fucking stupidity of this shit show. Oh my God. Fuck. Yeah, me. You got any questions for me? Oh, hey, look, it's the Englewood PD. Officer Perry, what's going on? You tell me, what's up? Well, this fucker needs to clock out and go home. The courts are closed, and I'm just telling him. He just locked me out of the fucking building, out of the public courtroom. Where are you going? Oh, he's leaving. Officer Perry said you could go home now. They're fucking giving him area restrictions. Oh, Marcos. Where'd you go, Officer Perry? That's it? Why don't you tell this guy he can go home? The courts are closed. He locked me out of the fucking courtroom. What a bunch of shit. And pled guilty to accumulation of trash. Oh, Marcos. Why are you still here? You're sleeping in that chair. Go home. The building is closed. Look, it's closed. You locked the door. It's time for you to clock out and go home. Go home. What are you waiting for? You're wasting taxpayer dollars. Go home. Why don't you get up and go help him? Just sit there. Don't dump the trash for yourself. Make him do it. If you're going to be on the clock, do something. The door is locked. You got no people to deal with. Go home. Put the trash bag in the trash can for him. No, just sit there. Just sit there. You look like a fantastic government employee. Yeah. And you didn't want to be on camera. What's your name? You got a name? Yeah? It's not Mr. Tyrant? No? Just had to be a dick on a power trip. It wasn't enough that I was standing out here and following the rules. You wanted to shut the fucking doors in my face just to make a statement. Well, now you're going to hear my statement. You fucking tyrant. You're going to chuckle your way to fucking McDonald's when you get your ass out of that chair? You see my homeless friend sitting over there? I'm going to take him to McDonald's. You want to buy him some dinner? Yeah? Well, he does. So why don't you buy him some dinner? He doesn't eat fast food. Yeah, somebody call security, would you please? This is ridiculous. Yeah, we live in a police state. Fucking $50 fine. 25 admin fee, can work at $15 an hour. Community service for 5 hours. Still with fucking area restrictions. Really? Oh my God. Wow. So there was a fine. And he'll have a shitload of similar cases. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So continues the perpetuation of criminalizing homelessness. Fuck you, Judge. That was excellent representation. Not so much, huh? That was hopeful for about 10 minutes. Thanks, Rose. I really appreciate it. Fucking held over a year to come back. What's held over? A jail sentence? I mean, they're fucking getting money out of him. They're dying to send him to jail. They are absolutely dying to send him to jail. Fucking tyrants. Thought you were closed. They're still doing business in there. Marcos, seriously.
How are you?
Fine.
What are you doing? You get me all.
I don't answer questions. What are you doing?
I'm asking, they called me, said they had trouble up here.
I don't know what the trouble is except for this fucking asshole locking me out. That's what the trouble is.
Courts is closed.
I don't give a fuck. Get out of my face.
Leave,
Fuck you.
leave. Call PD.
Yeah, please call the PD. They were already here, dumbass, and they left. Call the PD. Call the PD.
Where's your mask?
This is a First Amendment protest. This is where my mask is. How's that?
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's, courts is closed.
Okay. Back the fuck off. I thought this was going to be no fine. They're still getting money out of you, huh?
No, we can do 5
And work it off. Slave labor for the government. Wow. Slave labor for being homeless. You're okay with that? You're going to go to work, give the government your hard-earned work because you live homeless.
Well, it's not too bad, though.
That's not too bad? Cool.
It's the best option I got.
No, it's not. You just got fucking hosed.
You think?
Yeah. You call that representation? It's your decision, Marcos. You know, we talked about this a lot.
Considering all, they dropped the other 2 cases.
Drop the other 2 cases, put a shitload of stipulations on you to allow them to continue to criminalize you, set it over for a year to bring you back to tell you, oh, look, Marcos, you fucked up. You stepped on the park property and we issued you a citation. Now we're going to revoke your sentence from last year and send you to jail. They are dying to put you in jail. You don't see that?
Not as much as you.
No, I know. And if I could have been in the fucking public courtroom, ugh. I don't know, some days
You're just a maniac.
No, I'm fighting for you and for others. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm
You do a
doing.
damn good job.
Yeah. No, I really don't. I don't do a good job at all.
Why do you figure that?